Ask and ye shall receive, brother. So technically, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I've already done 16 Philly cheesesteak reviews. And I just spent the last hour going through and watching all my old videos, writing down where I went, and the scores that I've given them. So in this video, I'm going to give you my top 10. However, there were a few spots that had some ties, so there's actually 16 places in this list. But let's get into it, starting at number 10. So first off, this first place was probably the people's choice with a ton of comments, but fell short when I showed up. So number 10 is going to be Philly Dave's. And again, it wouldn't have made my top 10 if I only ranked the top 10. Next up, we actually have a tie for 9, which is going to be 48 Phillies and Big Tony's. Again, Big Tony's was recommended a ton. However, if you watch that video, you can tell that that was just not it. Now, number 8 will probably surprise some people, but really it is what it is, and I'm going with Jersey Mike's. Because even though it is a franchise, no matter what location you go to, you're getting a really good Philly cheesesteak that's consistent across the board. Moving on to number 7, another big surprise. This is Rick's Burgers down in Mansfield. Again, a little shack on the side of a gas station, but this place actually had a really good Philly. Moving on to number 6, I got B&B, which is Burgers and Beyond over by the JPS Hospital. And again, they put together a really good Philly. Next up, we're going to have Stevie D's down in Mansfield. Now, this is one of the first ones that I did, so I probably scored it a little lower than I probably should have. It probably would have made more like the top 3, in my opinion. However, this place had a really, really good Philly. Next up, we have a 3-way tie for 4th place, which is going to be JC's out towards the Plano area, Mr. Gyro, which is off McCart, and then Famous Philly, which I just did yesterday out in Euless, and all 3 of these places have great Philly sandwiches. Now, coming in at number 3, we have a 2-way tie with Burger and Philly Shack in Watauga, and then Fred's out in Plano. Honestly, if I was going to stack these back together now, I would probably put Burger and Philly Shack ahead of Fred's. However, they both have fantastic Phillies. Coming in at number 2 is probably the bigger shocker for me, which is G's. It had a fantastic Philly cheesesteak taste. However, the bread that it was on was made in-house, kind of crunchy, not the right roll to have. But if that roll was on the Amoroso bun, this thing would easily contend for number 1. And of course, still coming in at number 1 is you, my friend, Vante's Philly Cheesesteaks, which is a food truck. The best Philly cheesesteak sandwich I have had here in DFW. And I'm not just saying that because you're the one that commented on this. Everything about your Philly was absolutely perfect. The way everything was mixed together, the cheese was melted in, the right roll, the right cheese, nice amounts of meat falling out of the bun. Absolutely fantastic, number 1. Now, the only thing is I still have the Philly Cheesesteak House or whatever it's called out in Dallas that I haven't been to. However, that is a franchise. I really doubt that they're going to get any better than Vante's. So that is my top 10, guys. Again, there's like 16 of them in there. I'm going to predict that the Cheesesteak House or whatever will probably, it might make it into the top 10. But if it does, it's going to be on that very low side because that's what I see when it comes to franchises. But I could be shocked. I could be wrong. I have no idea. But as for now, that, my friends, is my top 10 Philly cheesesteaks in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. If you think you know of a better place in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that has a Philly cheesesteak, please let me know in the comments. And then make sure to give me a follow to see where I go.